Thank you so much to the Friends Committee on National Legislation for awarding me the Edward F. Snyder Award for National Legislative Leadership in Advancing Disarmament and Building Peace. It is a true honor to accept this award and to be in the critical quest with you for a world of justice, peace, and diplomacy. Our movement for peace has never been more important. In the United States, we have a president increasingly unhinged and drunk with power. A president who has turned too much of the world against us with his bullying, threats, and unilateral and illegal military action. A president who promised no new wars, but instead has launched us into more wars, sacrificed the lives of U.S. service members and civilians around the world, creating a world that is less safe for all of us. A president who is spending billions of taxpayer dollars on war while stripping healthcare, education, and rights of Americans right here at home. My heart goes out to all those who have been affected by the brutal military conflicts that the United States is involved in, from the ongoing genocide of the Palestinian people to the killing of civilians in Iran and Lebanon, to the strikes on Venezuelan fishing boats, to the threats against Cuba and Greenland. Around the world, entire populations of people facing the consequences of a United States president that operates with cruelty, inhumanity, illegality, and impunity. We in Congress who know these actions are legally, politically, and morally wrong must speak out and rein in an out-of-control executive branch that continues to bypass Congress. That is why I am proud to co-lead the Block the Bombs Act and to author several joint resolutions of disapproval of weapons sales to the Israeli government to stop America's complicity in the murder of innocent people in Gaza. I'm also continuing to demand Congress reassert our sole constitutional power to declare war by supporting efforts to force votes on war powers resolutions and leading a bill to repeal the 2001 authorization for use of military force that has led to an ever-expanding so-called war on terror. Just last week, I also introduced legislation to prohibit the use of any funds for war against Cuba, and I recently returned from an important trip to Cuba to draw attention to the human suffering and to demand an end to the fuel blockade and the Cold War era economic policies of the United States that have crippled an entire nation just 90 miles south of our border. We also have to act to cut the Pentagon's budget. The Department of Defense is the only department that has never passed an independent audit. And yet, this is the very agency that Trump wants to funnel even more money to. Just recently, he said, quote, "We're fighting wars, we can't take care of daycare." He is literally sacrificing the health and well-being of the American people to fund billions in profits for a handful of defense contractors who engage in waste, fraud, and abuse. It's the same old tired playbook we've always seen. Unlimited money for war, but nothing for your healthcare, childcare, or higher education. It's absolutely unacceptable. Here's the thing. We all know that regime change doesn't work. We all know that bombs are never the answer. The only thing that moves our world forward is diplomacy, true dialogue and assistance that helps our neighbors and allies to move toward freedom and dignity. As a longtime organizer, as an anti-war advocate, and now as a member of Congress, I will never stop holding the vision of a peaceful and just world, and I will never stop standing up for that world. In that quest, I am so very grateful to be in partnership with committed leaders like you. Everything you do in organizing and advocating for our shared vision of justice and humanity is so critically important. So, do not be discouraged, do not lose hope, and do not stop organizing. As Mariam Kaba, the prison abolitionist and organizer, said, "Hope is not optimism. Hope is a discipline. We have to practice it every single day." So thank you for your practice, for your work every single day. Together, we are on the right side of history, and we will prevail.